Each of these diagrams represents a molecule of oxygen. For these diagrams, you're not going to really know what element represents each color of circle. What you have to do is look at the molecular formula and figure out which one of the diagrams could represent that molecule. You could also try to figure out which of the diagrams could not be that molecule. Here, I'll show you what I mean. A molecule of oxygen only has 2 atoms. So we know from the get-go that this molecule can't be oxygen because there are way too many atoms, which means that this diagram is going to represent oxygen because there are 2 of the same circle or atoms in that molecule. All right, which of these diagrams represents methane or CH4? The correct diagram is only going to have 5 atoms, which means this bottom diagram is going to be correct. And as you can see, we have a central carbon surrounded by 4 hydrogens. All right, here's our next question. Which diagram represents water or H2O? The second diagram here represents water. You can see our central oxygen surrounded by 2 hydrogens. Which molecule represents NH3? Hopefully by now you can guess that this molecule represents NH3. We have our central nitrogen and 3 hydrogens. This one's a little bit tricky. There are technically 2 diagrams that have 3 atoms. However, this diagram's CO2 since there are double bonds. You can see our central carbon surrounded by the 2 oxygens, and there are technically double bonds between these carbons and oxygens.